Labor Day's come and gone, and now everywhere across the country of these fine United States and Canada, everyone's back to school. And I am taking my 8th crack at 12th grade, and I've heard rumors that after 20 years in school you're a doctor. So if I can just get through this one more year, win, lose, or draw, you'll be calling me old Dr. Murph with my doctorate in the YouTube. Back to school. Didn't have a lot of money. I got a new shirt. I didn't get new shoes. I just been walking around with tissue boxes on my feet because it said on my list to bring a box of tissues for the class. I bought 2, and then I watched The Fault in Our Stars, and I just cried myself silly. Now I have boxes for shoes. But we're going to spend $10 and get all of our school supplies to have a pretty fun and pretty well-stocked school year. I'm Murph. This is Kind of Murph Do This, and we're about to school this.
Can Murph do this? 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 Can Murph do this?
Everybody can come up with 10 bucks. You can return some pop cans, you can sell some stuff on the internet, or you can just go in your mom or dad's wallet when they're asleep. If you're a mom or dad watching this, leave more than $10 in your wallet, especially if you leave your address in the comment section below, and I'll come in with a mask on. And if you happen to wake up, I'll just take the mask off, we'll have a yoo-hoo, everything will be good. You can give me the 10 bucks. No fuss, no muss. Because I gotta buy school supplies, and as you can see, I have my desk ready, but I need proper supplies to make it through another school year. Let's see what's going on. Now, every school year you're tasked with different supplies depending on what grade you're going into, but I find that a good ruler is always necessary because you know what? My back gets itchy from sitting all day, so I got to do one of these, or you know, if I want to get my friend's attention, or if there's a fly around. And I hear they're pretty good for measuring too. I don't know what this second set of numbers is on here. I know it goes 1 to 12, then it goes 0 to 30, which is about all my grandma will do in her Buick, 0 to 30. She doesn't go above 30, even if she's on the super speedway. But you got to have a good ruler, and I prefer one that's neon green. They're multi-use. Moving right along, I was always a musical youth. If you look up musical youth on YouTube, you'll find a video about passing the duchy on the right-hand side. I don't know, they speak German or something. But who has money for an expensive instrument? My nephew, he was playing the saxophone last year, and he had to take out a lease. I'm like, dude, you're not supposed to take out a lease unless you're buying a new car or if you're getting an apartment. But he had to lease his saxophone to the tune of multiple hundreds of dollars. I got the solution right here with the old recorder flute à bec, which I don't know if this came from French Canada or what, but let's see just what the difference is between a professional saxophone and the old Murph flute. I think you guys all know this song. My homes, my homes, my homes, my homes, my homes. You should get these for every child in your home under the age of 18 and tell them not to play it until 10 o'clock because I'll be there at 9:30 taking the money out of your folks' wallet. Moving right along. You got to have a proper plan in place every year. And I picked up one of these 2017 planners, so it's twofold. I can wait till next year to not write anything in this because I always get these little planners, and it's got important dates: New Year's Day, Kwanzaa, National Aboriginal Day, the day the McRib comes back. But it's also got a calendar, and you can write all your little factoids in there about what homework you're supposed to do. Or for me, you can slide it across to some nice young lady and go, I plan to take you out for fish sticks, girl. Why don't you put your phone number in there? And then usually they just throw it back. And this binding is kind of hard, so you got to be careful of that. But yeah, you need a good planner. And I like to cut out the middleman. I don't want to raise my hand to go to the bathroom or to go to Starbucks to get a soy latte. I don't want to ask the teacher's permission and get some gigantor key on some giant instrument, then I gotta like hang on to it so I don't leave it in the bathroom. So I went out and I purchased my own hall pass. That's right. So now I can just mosey on out the door while teacher's over there watching Days of Our Lives. And then when the principal comes by and goes, Murph, I told you to leave the school. You're too old to be here. And we have a restraining order. I'll be like, hold on, Daddy. I got a hall pass. So you're just going to let me pass on by. And then I pass on by, and inevitably the cops come, and I'm like Snagglepuss. I'm like, woo! And then I'm out, exit stage left. But what else we got in here? Alright, so you know, there's plenty of times, back to school corresponds with cold and flu season. And I always wind up sitting next to that kid that sneezes with his mouth open. Or like wipes his snot down his face and just touches my apple or my bottle of water or my 3-hole punch. And I'm like, listen, Junior, you better get some Purex because I'm going to be representing my surgical mask so I don't catch the Zika virus or the Ebola or, you know, the emojis, whatever those kids got. This is steaming up my glasses, so I'll put it up here. But you got to have proper provisions in place so you don't get sick. And I like to keep all my notes in a good notebook to just sort of look back on things that I need to know. And this one comes in doubly handy because I can tell all my friends that I'll buy them a chocolate ice cream, and this little chocolate ice cream guy's on here, and I can write in the notes which one of my friends is getting an ice cream at lunch and which one might just get one of these. Because this is a really handy notebook, and I think it's really great that they're acknowledging that kids should have more chocolate ice cream, because chocolate ice cream always makes me poop. Moving right along. This is quite a good, oh, there's your masks. You want to make sure you get the ones that are face mask / masques pour le visage. Protects against airborne particle and fluid. Airborne fluid. I'm sorry. Just like, I'm going to check out before that happens. Single use, easy breathability, and an ear loop mask. So those are the good masks. Now you're going to have to probably take your chocolate ice cream notebook and write a book report at some point. And I was hoping to get an autobiography of Lady Gaga. I had one of those at one point. Where was that? I don't know. But the teachers get really upset when you do your book reports on things that you found on TMZ. So I went out and found a really good book, Barbie and the Beast, Time to Go Wild. Now I think Shakespeare actually wrote this book, but you read on the back, a hairy situation. Barbie Bradley was swept off her feet, literally. One moment the 20-something was traveling Forest Lawn Cemetery in the dead of night with her best friend. The next she was throwing like a sack of potatoes over a man's shoulder. True, she and Angie had come to this old locale for a singles party, but this wasn't quite how she planned to be picked up. I might just give this to my grandma. She's got a bunch of those kind of books on the back of her thrown in the water closet. Moving right along, we're getting right down to it. You're going to want a good source of glue. Because here's the thing about glue. When you're sitting around and you're bored, you can do a lot of fun things with glue. And you want to make sure you get the non-toxic glue in case you get some in your mouth. Things to do with glue. You can put it all over your hand. Hold on, this has some kind of wrapper. Oh my God. This has like the world's biggest plug. Let's see what you can do with glue. You can take it and you can put it all over your hand, and you can make one of those dry up gloves. So you let it dry in your hand and then you sort of just flake it off, or you let it dry all the way and you just peel it off, and it's good to go. Other fun uses for glue. You can taste it because it's non-toxic. It tastes nothing like a Cinnabon. I'm vastly disappointed. You can also take your apple and you can kind of glaze it, and then you know, you can take one of these masks and cap your apple. There's 1,000 uses for glue, and this is a handy 2-pack. So each bottle contains 4 fluid ounces, which will make for 4 days of fun if you're me. And last but certainly not least, as far as the supplies go, you got some scented markers. Now, when I was a kid, they advised against smelling the markers because you'd get a sniff and then suddenly you'd have that gaga look on your face like you'd been into the purple drink. You'd be like, whoa, and then you'd be no good for arts and crafts. And then, you know, those kids that were always sniffing the markers, you see them sitting on Main Street asking for nickels. But these, I guess, are safe to smell, or they just scented them for the heck of it. Whoa. Oh, man. Ironically enough, that smells like a snozberry. But you got 4 or 6 flavors here. The one that I'm the most confounded by is like, what is the pink one supposed to smell like? I don't know. What is this blue one supposed to smell like? Desperation. That's what it smells like. So you got all your good scented markers there, and you can go about your business. Now, how do you, I know what you're saying, Murph, that's $10 and I still haven't ate lunch. Well, there's a surefire way to save money on lunch. Some programs give you a free lunch. I call that a good idea, actually. But what I did was I stole a friend's lunch. As you can see, I got Little Doug's lunch when he wasn't looking. If you remember Little Doug, our intern from ITT Tech, which has since gone out of business. Thanks a lot, ITT Tech. Now I'm just back sitting on a beanbag chair, eating my Cheetos, like that guy was always talking about. But let's see what old Little Doug had for lunch today. Whoa, a Spam single. Wow. I guess. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's slimy. Look at that. That looks like the food you left out for the cat before you went on your merry way this morning. Oh, that's greasy. All right, let's see here. It's so warm. And oddly, it's not spoiled. I don't know if that's the grease or if that's the glue, but let's see what else old Little Doug's got in here. Oh, a Rockstar energy drink. I advise those for all kids in school because you get a little sleepy in like 5th period and you need a little pep in your step in the form of a Rockstar energy drink. Tastes like Smarties, depending on if you're in America. It doesn't taste like Canadian Smarties. And last and certainly least, a 10-ounce jar of peanut butter. It would have been nice to have some bread with this. I gotta call Little Doug's parents. They may be gluten-free. They might not be allowed to have bread in the house. But you're back to school, you're doing it right, you got all your supplies, it cost you about all of $10. So you're gonna get a proper education just like you do here every Saturday at Ken Murph Do This. Our schedule is straightening out just like yours is, 5th period study hall. Ours is every Saturday. You're going to get a new video. Today you're actually going to get 2 because this one was supposed to occur a little earlier in the week. Our schedule is set. So right now you got your $10 back to school special, and a little later today you also got the bar NFL drinks and parties. If you're over 21, if you're under 21, get back to writing your book report on Barbie and the Beast in your chocolate notebook. But another thing that you do in school, unless you got one of those filters on your internet, you go to Facebook, Ken Murph Do This. Instagram and Twitter at Ken Murph Do This. You can send us a Gmail, kenmurphdothis@gmail.com. Get some stickers for your notebook. You'll be the coolest kid in school. You'll be walking along like they did in the Brady Bunch with your Trapper Keeper under your arm. Be like, hey gang, what are we doing this Friday? Oh, I don't know, probably like setting stuff on fire. I don't know, whatever kids do these days. That's completely stuck to my hand. Oh, the beef fell out. But that glue, oh, there we go. See, now I got that glove I was talking about. Anyways, share, like, tell your friends. We will be back next Saturday with more fun to be determined. This playlist will be under the $10 this and that. Plenty of $10 fun. You can get by and have fun without spending a lot of money. It's like Sia said, I don't need dollar bills to have fun tonight. I love cheap Spam. something like that. Anyways, for me, I'm me, and I'll see you next time we do this.